No, not yet. Hi guys, welcome to Late Night Q&A. I'm Tommy and I'm here with some Smosh people. We've got your questions that we're going to answer while we have our little drinky drinks. I can't believe it's already been half a year into the year already.
Don't even say that.
I know, it's not okay.
Don't.
Time is wrong. If your time,
Stop.
Stop it already. We've got some really fun questions today. I've maybe taken a peek, and we've got 2 cocktails that are both Tommy originals. You're welcome. You're welcome. Joining me today is Mamanda.
Hey, Mamanda.
Hi, guys.
We got Corgi.
Hey, Courtney.
Corgi. And we got Tony boy.
It's me, Tony boy.
Hey, Tony boy.
Tommy and Tony.
And Mandy and
Tommy.
Corgi.
No.
I did that.
No.
I do that naturally.
No.
This isn't fair.
Well, they've taken it from you and it's gone.
I'm thirsty.
Okay.
I'm thirsty.
I'm gonna go get our first drink really far away. It's a very far walk from here.
Don't forget to look both ways.
I never look both ways, only the gay way.
Yes!
Now I'm over here. Today we have our first cocktail for our first rounds of questions. This is the first cocktail I ever made. It is truly a ripoff of the Aviation. The Aviation has gin, lemon juice, Luxardo liqueur, and creme de violette, which is violet liqueur, violet like the flowers. And so I wanted to change it up just a little bit. So I was like, let's make it more flowers. Let's it up with the flowers. So here's what's in it now. Instead of Luxardo liqueur, which is a cherry liqueur, which usually pairs with creme de violette, instead, we have replaced it with elderflower liqueur, which is kind of like a honey, kind of like a bee would be like, yes, if it found it. So now it's got a more honey touch. We kept the creme, we kept the gin, and we kept the lemon, but we've also added a spritz of rose water and a few droplets of lavender bitters. So you've got the lavender, the rose, the creme de violette, and then the other stuff.
It's a garden!
Because it sounds like a garden and the original cocktail is an aviation, I was like, aviation, a plane, okay, a plane. And oh no, it's gonna crash and it's gonna land in the garden, so I called it the landing.
Ooh.
We're landing in the garden, folks. And now I'm gonna walk this over myself for real.
I offered. That's crazy.
There we go.
Thanks, Tommy.
Yeah.
Thanks, Tommy.
Thank you.
You threw it at us, and I was able to catch it with
That's
my
right,
hand.
yeah, it's like a frisbee.
Did you make the petals look like hearts?
Oh my God.
They are hard.
I did that.
Wow.
Well,
I did
So
that.
creative.
cheers to the landing.
Cheers to
Cheers.
landing. Cheers to Smosh. Court, let me clink. All right.
Ooh, it's like perfume.
It's really, really yummy.
Oh, that's exactly what I wanted.
Ooh, that is very good.
It's so like, did you hear about flowers? That's what this drink is.
Is this edible?
Yeah.
My first,
It's from the grass.
I have a micro story time. One of the first dinners we went out to with you in Sacramento.
Yep.
The first drink I ever saw you order was a lemon drop and one cup.
Oh, yeah,
And it really
forgot.
messed you up, I think.
I forgot. I used to order those all the time.
Oh my God.
Is
Straight
it
sugar.
gin? Or no, it's
This is
good.
gin, but it's kind of
vodka.
A lemon drop is vodka and lemon.
This reminds me of it though. This tastes very
Honestly,
similar. It's like a floral
It's
lemon.
kind of like a bee's knees, but flowers, right? It's kind of.
I love a bee's knees
So do I.
so much.
Let's get to our questions now that we're sipping. Ready for question 1?
I'm so ready.
With an apricot in my mouth, I'm ready.
At Paulina with 2 eyes _ asks, what is your favorite part of the new studio and what will you miss most about the old one?
Ooh.
That's good.
Okay.
I'm gonna let you go first because I helped design this place.
Well, let me just say I think the design is really good. I'm loving the
Design is
of the place.
unbelievable.
Really good design.
The personal selfish thing that I love the most is that we have like, talent has like a room now to
Yes.
hang out. And I even have like my own desk that's like around you guys, and like that's really cool.
So cool.
Yeah, I remember Yumi, all of us honestly, would be like, okay, time for work. And we're just like in the lunch zone being like, hi.
Yes. And speaking of the lunch zone, I think that's probably the biggest thing I miss is that big lunch area where like everyone in the company and then some could all really sit in a common area. We still have a common area for lunch, but it's just a little bit smaller, and like we have like different zones for people, and now people have like their places now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's still really nice.
I kind of agree with you on that. I will miss like the big, large lunch area where you could all hang out. but I love the new wardrobe area.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wardrobe, makeup,
Yeah.
to have like your own spot.
It's beautiful.
Your own seat, and then these gorgeous like curtains rather than the little
The tent.
So we used to
where,
have
like,
No
Yeah.
light.
With the light
on
bulb
the
that was
light.
changing
The light bulb
colors.
that would
in
change
it.
colors.
It would change the dimmest color. You're like, well, I guess I have
don't
to
know
wait.
what-
It's like a dark orange color. No, and then the thing would,
Fluorescent
tip over.
bright. Yeah.
So we used to change, and we had our tiny little makeup area, which I'm
Yeah.
sure you recall. You guys at home know what the studio looked like, I'm sure.
Yeah.
It's like a tent. That
It was a
we were-
tent, so it was a
Yeah.
tent. So no,
Yeah.
it wasn't like a tent. It, in fact,
It was a tent
was a
with a
tent.
broken zipper.
with a
mind
broken
you.
zipper.
Yes.
And we had one little light bulb in there that would change colors, like randomly. And now we have 2 rooms where we can do our makeup if we need to at our stations, hair, etc., and 4 changing
Stalls with curtains and benches.
Curtains, and then with
With
a
a
mirror in
mirror.
there, you could change the
Oh my God,
color
with the mirror,
too.
it's gorgeous.
Yes.
So pretty.
It's so funny because we have 2 of those makeup rooms, but I feel like we tend to cram into one because we want to be near
Yeah.
each other.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
curious though when there's like a big shoot day with like all the cast, like if both rooms will be utilized, but everyone crams into one because everyone wants to be around each
We
other.
all want to talk.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll like, if there's double unit days, we'll like
Yeah.
use someone else's space while they're shooting.
Yeah.
Or
I think we need to put one of those things like at like the park for little kids, where
little
there's like the little thing that you
speaker?
talk into, the little speaker thing.
That's so
Yeah,
funny.
that way you guys could talk to each other from the different dressing
They use that in
rooms.
horror movies a lot too, though, Anthony.
So you just kind of want to like drill a hole in the wall?
Yeah, you know.
Hey, how are you guys doing in your makeup?
Design, you know, I could do.
I'm color correcting under my eyes, Amanda.
That's so awesome.
Yeah, you did have a big part in designing a lot of it, and like
Yeah.
you picked all the plants that are everywhere.
plants are
Well, we had a design team that helped pick a lot of it. I just kind of had to approve stuff, which was great.
What was your favorite thing to approve?
Honestly, my favorite thing to approve was the plants.
Yeah.
But also, there's gonna be a big mural that we're planning out in our big conference room. I want to do
Cute.
some art on the wall that everyone gets to contribute a little piece to, so it feels
Yes.
like. It's not like in your face saying that we're all about like the team here, but it kind of shows that everyone can can contribute a small part that adds to a bigger picture. I also want to add things throughout the studio that reminds everyone that like Smosh is a team that can get through anything together.
Damn straight.
But the biggest thing I miss,
Is this me eating a cracker during a quiet movie?
It's just because it crunched really well.
I think part of the curse of having helped design this, and also I've kind of taken it on to design, to like keep up the design, is that I'm constantly walking around looking at everything, being like, that needs to change, that needs to change.
Yeah,
that needs to
that's
change.
hard.
Yes, that tracks as you, Anthony, the perfectionist, are walking.
I was gonna, at the same time, I was like, that kind of sucks, but at the same time, that's my favorite part.
I get it. It's like when you're rearranging your space, you're constantly sitting there. If you're watching something, you're like, "Ugh, that's off, that's off.
Yeah.
That book.
Yeah.
Why is that book there?
100%.
You're just constantly tinkering.
I've reached full get me out of my apartment vibe with that. Now I'm just on my couch going,
here.
get me out of here. I love that quote so much. She's so funny. Previously, it kind of felt like one big room.
Yeah. Like,
you know,
open
because it
floor
was.
plan.
It's like you go over here, you turn, and it's every person working.
Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah.
And so it's like, it wouldn't be great to be like, ah, and have everyone go. But I liked that I could have done that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Big feeling of control. You can
There's
be
a
like, I'm doing a character.
Everyone's gonna go,
Yeah.
right. But yes, I do love the new cast room. It's great. I've
Yes.
taken an incredible nap on the floor.
Yeah.
Because when it's a new carpet, you can nap on the floor.
Yeah.
And I napped on the ground, flat back, for the first time in a long time.
I fully walked in, said words, you didn't even shudder.
Nope. Nope. I woke up, my back felt incredible,
Yes.
had a headache. I can't win them all.
We'll get him next
Can.
time.
On the floor. All right.
Next question.
And you finished your snack.
I did. By the way, last time we did this, I was so hungry. And so I was like,
Did you make sure to eat beforehand?
how do you guys feel about this?
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
how about this? Everyone else is like, oh,
I mean,
well.
it's the end of a shoot day and there's a gorgeous cheese board.
I'm like, well, my answer is that.
Damn, that was a good grape though.
Okay.
Okay, he's Mr. Great.
Mr. Great.
Good grape.
Our next question is for. Our next question is for Amanda to answer. At Aiden Lopez 84 asks, Amanda, what was a video you weren't in and wished you were after watching it? I think specifically this goes toward when you were, developing a human person within you.
Oh my God, yeah. My big project. My latest one-woman show.
That's awesome.
There were a lot, I will say. Like, I watched a lot of content. I think the first month I was postpartum, I couldn't watch it. It made me really want to cry. I was just like...
Well, you're feeling a lot of stuff,
It's
too.
that feeling of like, it's not even FOMO, it's just like, I'm not me right now.
Right.
You know? It's like watching from like behind a glass door, and you're just like,
The energy when you came back, though, was at 11.
Oh,
I think it kind of still is. Like, I don't think it's
at
tapered off.
11.
You
Oh, no.
transformed.
I was like-
transformed.
I did my first video with Tommy, and I went, did everything go okay?
And then it's like, ba-ba, ba-ba-ba. And then would turn to me and be like, am I crazy now? And I was like, I'm like, your energy is perfect.
It really
I'm like,
was.
don't you stop now.
I was like, girl, you leveled up.
Yeah. And then we did the Love Is Blind video, and boy, oh boy.
Oh my God, that was the most unhinged shit I've ever heard anyone say.
I didn't even care. I was just like,
How did you go on? You had like a 3-minute monologue.
I know.
Yeah.
Didn't plan it.
There was even that live stream where you guys were promoting the hospital and like somebody brought a puppet onto the set and you just went for a long time with that
I
puppet.
don't know what, I think motherhood is the coolest part because you really do not give an F what anyone thinks.
Right.
You're like, I don't care. I have to say this.
Yeah.
Is that
You're
what
free.
it is? Like, is it a lack
Yes.
of filter? Do you think that there was a filter there before?
Yeah, for sure. You're kind of aware. You're like, okay, Amanda, calm that brain
What
down.
do you think the filter is? Is it like not being
Your
confident?
hormones being in the
or-
right place.
Do you feel like it's like, I made a human being, and you guys are like playing with little blocks, and I've done this humongous human experience.
A little, but it's less. You're less in your power because you're also trying to figure it out. I think it's more like I went through this breaking of self so intensely, and so as I'm putting it back together, it's like the wires are all like, so you're just like. Raw, you're so raw, and you're with a baby all the time, so your emotions are right here. You're like crying, sad, happy, but it really is. I would say as you start to go on, you really are like, this is what I want to do. That's what I want to say, and this might make you upset, but I have to say it, and I'm so sorry. And you mean well.
Yeah, of course. So it's a positive experience. It's just a hard experience.
It's unbelievable. Hardest thing I've ever done in my entire life, and I'm still very in it. And the question was,
I
Totally.
forgot we were shooting a video.
Totally.
Sorry,
yeah.
I was just
honestly, I wish I was in the Flip Sevens. They looked like so much fun.
Yeah.
That I was like, oh, my friends are having fun. I missed that a lot. I really did. So
Well,
that's the answer.
It's great to have you back, Mommy. You've been back
have
a
you
while.
back after 8-9 months now.
Yeah.
that we've filmed and you've been back.
Is he a year old?
Oh, he'll be a year old next month, July.
Crazy.
Yeah.
The boy.
Crazy.
Is he a Cancer then?
Yeah, he's a Cancer. And you can tell.
Oh, Mr. Emotions?
You can
Mr.
tell.
Serious Man?
He'll be like, leaf. And then I'll be like, oh, touch the leaf. And he'll go, I'm like, whoa.
Whoa, Mr. Guy.
Theater
Hey,
through his
guys.
bones.
Yeah.
Theater.
Thank you, Aiden. That was a great one.
Yeah.
All right, we've got another question here. This is a question for everyone. At Certified Chaos with 3 S's asks, who makes you break character the fastest?
I'm always astonished. Like the TNTLs, the Tryouts Last at the beginning of Ian and I owning the company again. I was in a bunch of those, and I was like, do you not pre-plan everything? I think I was talking to you and maybe Angela, and you're like, no.
Not.
I was like, this
Ever.
is so nerve-wracking for me, like going out here and needing to make someone laugh. There's all the attention's on you to like have this character and this bit, and you're going to know if it was funny or not. And I was looking to you, I was like, what do you do? You're like, I don't know.
I don't know.
I just do it.
Truly.
I put on a costume and I go, oh, this could work.
Yeah.
And I go, is this something? And people go, yeah, I like that.
I think that's the
costume
magic
first.
of it all, right? I think I get so in my head that it takes away some of the magic.
I used to pre-plan for Try Not to Laugh, and then I remember the day that I went, I'm not doing that anymore.
Yeah.
And did it feel better?
It freed me.
It frees you in a lot of ways, and it's like all I need to do is make sure that whatever it is that I'm doing is like there's a little bit of thought because you don't want to just go out there and do something wrong, like problematic or whatever. You want to make sure it's thought, like you thought about it.
Yeah.
And then whatever it is, you commit.
Exactly.
Right.
I feel like I'm actually really bad at breaking, and I feel like I like in other people's bits when I'm helping them.
Really
I break.
bad as in like you
I break.
laugh. I got it.
And I feel like that totally takes the tension and the comedy out of the moment. And I'm like actively working on that right now. Like when we're doing our improv workshops that you plan, I need those so much because I'm really trying to work on that. I'm trying to like you take the tension, you break the tension when you laugh. And like, I don't need to laugh. The audience will laugh.
Well, it's hard because it's so fun to break, and also the audience loves watching breaking, but when I was trained, it was like, if you're breaking, you're not committed.
Yeah.
That's how I was trained, but I still am like, oh, I break sometimes too.
That's what the audience really loves is when we're trying so hard not to break,
Yes.
and then we still do.
I'll break like deep into like a main channel shoot.
Yeah.
I'll break. I think there was one time I was crying. I forget what I was breaking at. I was.
Oh, was it the Karen's episode of Escape Room?
Oh, it was the Karen's episode of Escape.
Yeah.
That was actually one of my
one
second
was-
video back from
That
maternity
was insane.
unreal.
Yeah.
Me and Angela are like, they have yet to make it past
Erin's
the
like,
first level.
Olivia, get through the door. And we go, but honey, turn around and get us some snacks. And we were crying. I mean,
was
Chance
so-
was making me cry.
Yeah.
Was that the question?
It's who makes us
who?
break. I think they want to name.
Okay. Chance, Shane, Angela. Oh, but you also make me break so hard.
Yeah.
But like,
That's hard to pick.
It's hard to pick. You
It's
all
really
make
hard,
me-
Depends
honestly.
on what character everyone's playing and what we're doing and who I'm next to.
Yeah.
really,
the mood I'm
really
in.
hard.
I think Courtney catches me off guard most. Just like the little things that you say, I'm like, how did you think of that?
Yes.
And then, you're
Yeah,
very
Just like
good.
that. Just
Yeah,
like that.
even that.
You're a silent killer.
You went like this. What? Me? Mm-hmm. Me? You're very funny.
Me and my big
you.
shirt?
Me and my big ass shirt.
And Tommy, I feel like you
Stress.
come up with stuff on the spot that also like you created the entire Ripley character. I'm like every single choice you
Ripley's
made.
the best.
I was
Yeah.
I was there in the room when you. I guess you had kind of rehearsed the character, but it was the first time that you had ever portrayed
Ripley
the
and
character.
Bill.
Oh, Bill.
Oh, and Bill.
Ripley.
Yeah.
I didn't prep
You were
too
making
much
me
with.
cry.
All I was doing was going up to Rasha and going, "Can you believe it?"
Yeah,
like
I know.
over and over, and I was just like, "It's fun to say it,"
I love
and
it
that's
so
it.
much.
But that is
You
such a
kept-
repeatable character.
Yeah, you
now,
kept
too.
No, and
whispering in my ear, and I actually was breaking that entire character.
If you don't believe it, get out of my store.
But you would go, say to the camera now.
Do you believe it? To the cameras now. Our next question is from Krabby 80 Axe 80.
Okay?
Okay.
And Krabby 80 Axe 80 asks,
Okay.
for me,
Oh, it's a question for you.
it's a question for
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
What was the process of making Prom Line? And how does making music compare to writing a script? Well, that's very kind.
That's a really good
Great
question.
question.
So Prom Line was really fun. The process of writing Prom Line was I'm at my boyfriend's place. I'm a little
Zooted.
Yeah.
zooted.
Suited and booted.
And I'm talking to him and I'm like, so we've got to do this promposal thing where I'm like, okay, so I can do whatever I want. And it's 2005. I'm dressed like a hacker. and it's a promposal. And I'm like, this is the smallest box to work within.
Yeah.
But when you have a small little box to work in, you can get some more stuff done. And so
Yeah,
I
it
literally
makes
was
it
like,
weirdly
I truly remember, truly flat, laying down, face at the ceiling, going, prom, online, prom line. And then I looked over at Luke and I went, is prom line anything? And he went, I don't know. And then I just started writing the lyrics out and I was like, I guess I'm doing a prom line song.
Wow.
Yeah.
And
I love it.
Wait, how much time did you put into that.
Didn't you bust it out in 4 hours?
I busted it out. So I mean, like I wrote all the lyrics out while I was zooted in bed, and I was like chilling out, and then
Zooted and bedded.
and then over the next like 2 or 3 days, I would take like an hour here, an hour there, and just kind of like write it out and figure out and people kind of caught on to this. I listened to "Tearing Up My Heart" by NSYNC.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, okay.
NSYNC.
This shit rocks so hard.
Yeah.
How can I do the same? And I'm like, okay, it starts with chorus all sung, and then the beat hits, and so it's like kind of followed the same structure and just did my own thing.
Smart.
Wait, was it choreographed as well?
The choreography for Summer Games was, I remember having the meeting there, and Kiana's like, so we love this, and we want you to like perform it.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, well, I would love some background dancers. And she's like, great, we'll ask Selena and Marcus to do it. And I was like, cool.
And they did it.
Oh, they did it. If it wasn't for them, I would have looked doofus. That was amazing. And Selena, again, I know how to do choreography. I can perform a dance to an extent. I can move.
She's got it.
But Selena was like, oh yeah, for sure. And truly did the entire choreography. It was
What?
Fucking, oh yeah. And like, what, Marcus? Like, is he in here? Yeah, like what, like 20 minutes? In like 20 minutes.
She's so
and
good.
then we all, and we did, yeah.
I love it.
It's also a minute-long song, so it's like, that it makes sense, but it was
so good.
All right, 50 of those by the end of the year. I know you're capable. Go.
She's really on it.
She's connected.
And then after Smosh Games, Court and I ended up going to a studio and working with someone, and we recorded a real version of our songs. And a real version.
I still haven't heard it.
That was
what? I haven't heard it. People are like,
my
oh
God,
yeah, we'll show it to you. We'll show it to you.
Oh,
Like,
it's
okay,
like
whatever.
it's like
so good.
it's so incredibly well done that it's not funny anymore.
It's like too produced.
It's like not too produced. It's like, wow, this is awesome.
Okay,
you know,
it's
it's
too
like,
good.
Yes,
It's
you're like,
unironically
this is
good.
unironically very fun,
Right,
and
right.
I'm like.
Like you're gonna bump it in your car because it's just good.
Right. So yeah, I mean, it was a blast. That day was great. I remember us leaving being like, what the?
Yeah,
We
we're
just
like,
went to
what
a spaceship.
happened? We recorded on Smosh's 20th anniversary too. It was the same day, so it was like a lot of
November
emotions.
True.
Whoa.
I was feeling
What
a
was that
lot.
day?
Yeah, it was a lot of.
and like
we were
this-
like, whoa.
It was just such a wonderful experience.
It was so cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
awesome.
cool. I'd love more music. Anyway.
Yes.
Oh,
music, please.
don't worry.
Anyway.
Oh, don't worry.
His brain
anyway.
is working.
And the second half is how does it compare to writing a script?
Yeah.
So I'm going to take this opportunity. Quite a few of the fans think that I wrote everything for Bit City. I actually didn't write everything for Bit City. That's a claim that just happened. I wrote some scripts for the sketches, and I directed those scripts.
Yep.
Every once in a while, I'd help direct if there was like some need be, but
Right.
our improvised stuff, I just improvised. I didn't direct that. I
We
just
all
wrote-
improvised
It was
that.
probably like what, like 25%?
Yeah, something like that.
30%?
Yeah, just most of the sketches, like
Yeah.
like Senator Doctor and the mom who owns all her shit, or the
Yeah.
bag of her son's stuff, all that stuff. Writing those scripts was okay. Same kind of time constraint where it was just like, oh, I've got a week to make this happen while I'm doing my life, you know.
Yeah.
And for like the way that I write, whether it's prom line and music or a sketch or whatever, and whether it's good or bad, because listen, I've written a bad script.
We all have.
And let me tell you, I've written a bad script. But like sometimes you'll just start to write something and it feels like this large, like goddess of comedy goes,
Bing.
and you go, and you just start
go.
writing out like the
Yeah,
best thing you've
That's
ever
big
written.
magic
You
right
just
there.
go.
For me, every time I start to write something, I'm just like, I hope to God she touches my forehead today.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I
Yep.
think your cup has to be full.
Your cup has to be full
you
to be able
need
to do
to
it.
be able to pull from something.
'Cause
And
if you're
anytime you
going-
creatively
yeah.
output, you're reducing what's
Yep.
in your cup. So you need to
Exactly.
fill your
Creative
cup.
output and producing and touching and God is touching you.
Yeah.
Do you feel like writing a script is similar to writing a song? No, like do you feel like there's similarities?
The only similarity that I can pinpoint to is like flow and rhythm, because comedy and music both share
That's kinda what I'm
rhythm.
thinking, yeah.
And so it's like, oh, how often do you pace a joke? What's the what's
Yeah.
the vibe? Am I trying to beat you over the head with jokes, or am I trying to kind of space
That's
it out?
kind of how I've thought about it too. Like when Ian and I used to write sketches, I realized that it kind of felt like I was like writing like a metal song or something, where it's like verse, chorus, verse, chorus, verse,
Yep.
chorus,
Yeah.
and then like big heavy breakdown
yep.
moment,
Yes.
and then like end.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
So I think I felt, and the sketches that we used to make were like the length of a song. They're like 3.5 minutes.
Yeah.
So it's not like it had the same flow.
I feel like every comedian wants to be a musician, and every musician wants to be a comedian because we both get rhythm and timing.
There's like a tempo and rhythm, and it all goes
That's
hand in
huge.
hand.
Our next question is for all of us. At SS, which by the way looks like ass, at SS_Ruby Raven asks,
What an amazing name.
have you ever looked up a cast member on WikiFeet for any reason?
Yes, myself.
Yes, myself.
Yes, myself.
I think when I discovered my WikiFeet page, I was like, what? Whoa, that's a crazy score. What's other people's? Just see if I'm better or worse.
And were you better or worse?
They were all kind of the same.
What is that? 4.93?
Yeah, right around there.
I bet everyone has a 4.93.
I think
What's your
mine was like a 5 something.
What? You were above?
Okay, so
you were
five's the
above a
top.
5?
Yeah.
So you were a 5 something.
I think I was maybe
Someone
just-
hacked.
I think it was like a 10
7
or something.
like a.
I think it was like above a 10.
Okay, yeah. Just like a smooth, no toes,
wow.
perfectly
Wait,
smooth.
no.
No,
Just a big, beautiful.
What I do remember
blob.
is they put a picture of my sister's feet, and I was like, that's not her foot, that's my foot. But then they did other feet. And I was definitely like, I was like a 12 or something.
I remember when you were pregnant, you were telling me that you didn't want to have your feet get bloated or your ankles?
Yes, and
Yeah.
that was a thing.
Yeah.
Some moms would be like, don't have that. Oh my God, when you get pregnant, so many moms will send you texts like, hope this doesn't happen to you.
And it's like a disgusting image.
And someone sent me like a Shrek foot. And I was like, uh-oh, haha. And they went, no, that was my foot the whole time. I'm like, so I wore compression socks like a mother.
Squeezing those.
Oh, I was just like, little sausages. I was like, no.
I think I need a drink after that question.
You know what?
You're so right.
Yeah.
I can do that for you.
Slam it.
I gotta go all the way over there.
Okay, good luck. We'll see you in 5 years.
Whoa!
I just came out of the ground. Oh no. Our next cocktail is, you know what, I'm gonna call it the Henry. And the reason I'm calling it the Henry is because that's my nephew's name.
Aww.
And he's gonna turn 3. He'll be 3 next month.
Oh my God.
He could drink this in 18 years.
Yes, he can. The way that me and my friends get together is we have like family nights, and like Cody and Mads will be like, hey, can you come over like and hang out with Henry and we'll have dinner, we'll get dinner. And so we show up and usually we'll bring a bottle of wine or whatever. But that night we didn't have wine, and so we just kind of went and looked at what they had and put some shit together.
I love
and that's
that.
what this is, and it kind of rocks.
What'd you put together?
What'd you put
What'd you put together?
So what this is rye whiskey, which is like still whiskey, but bourbon is like, hi, and rye's like, hey! So it's super strong. So what we used is Zila liqueur as well to balance it out. That is, I'm pretty sure, a mezcal-based liqueur that's kind of cinnamony and kind of like, not cardamom, but like a heavier, it's like sweet, it's dense.
I'm sold.
So you've got the like, yeah, of rye, you've got the sweet like, yes, of Zila. Then you have lime juice going, yeah! And then peach bitters going, well, honey. And so you've got like the bing, the hey, the yes, and the okay. And it all kind of comes together into this like happy medium.
Oh.
Damn.
Okay, let me bring it over. It is whiskey forward, so it is gonna be kind of whiskey.
I love whiskey!
Okay, great.
I'm so ready.
But it's like a poolside whiskey drink.
Ooh, refreshing.
Cheersy, 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 cheersy.
I'm a smeller.
Ooh. Yeah, that's delicious.
Ooh, okay.
It's a whole harmony.
They're all quite balanced together. And I had them shake it and stir it so it's a little watered
They're all
down.
at the party.
I don't have whiskey a lot. It reminds me of turning 21 because that's what I drink exclusively that night.
Really? Just
And
whiskey?
how did that night
Yeah.
end for
You're so
Anthony?
Not very great.
Yeah, no.
Not very
Figured.
great.
Figured.
I'm
Yeah.
not like I don't really love like a brown liquor. I don't love brown liquor that much. I don't love whiskey or scotch. No.
Scotch is crazy.
Scotch is crazy.
Scotch
I love
is crazy.
gin, mezcal, vodka maybe.
And orange wine.
Mezcal, baby.
Orange wine is a
Oh,
whole
wine. I
different
love all
world.
wine.
The last drink I can almost forget that it was alcohol. So I'm like, that's alcohol.
Oh yeah, and that's why we have this one.
Better for this to be second.
This is second because our questions are a little more spicy. Ooh. Kind of like the burn in the back of your throat.
Oh, I
Yeah.
feel that.
Here we go. Our next question is for Anthony.
Ooh.
At Kenzie9565 asks, Anthony, what has been your favorite moment you've shared with cast and crew since you've returned?
Ooh, shared with us.
Shared?
Yes. Your favorite moment you've shared.
All of the times that we go out to dinner as a full cast.
It is so fun to go out all together.
I feel like when I'm here, I'm very much like in work mode.
Yeah.
Kind of. No matter where I go, honestly, even after cast, I just can't help it. But like, I feel like I'm so on all the time when I'm here, and also, especially a new building, I'm like, I need to change that. It needs to be better. I think people don't like the space. We need to make it better. Like, I'm so on all the time. It's just so cool to feel like we can all just be homies together, and we can all just
We're all just
chill.
people.
Absolutely.
We're not
all
like
people.
in between videos. I feel the same way. I feel like I've gotten lucky to be able to sit next to you during some cast dinners, and it's just easy conversation. We're not trying to be like, oh, get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. No, but
we were talking about like anime last time.
Yeah, we're talking about anime.
Or Perfect Blue.
Okay, so that's on my list. I was actually going to watch it the other night, but I watched something else.
You better watch that.
You better watch
right
Perfect
now.
Blue.
Perfect Blue.
Perfect Blue.
Perfect Blue.
Yes, I'm so excited because
Such a good
apparently
movie. Yeah.
that's like the movie that people
Black
take
Swan.
a lot of.
Black Swan.
Swan
and other
basically
movies.
stole that movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, we talked a lot about that, but
It's like an anime movie from the late 90s.
and it looks gorgeous.
Good.
The guy who made it only made 4 movies, and then, unfortunately, but they're all brilliant
movies.
perfect movies.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
So
Why,
good.
why are there so many artists that are like, I've created the most perfect thing and now I'm gone?
They
and
leave
it's
on a
like,
high note.
how do you do that?
Because they live on a high note, and the ones that kept going made shit later.
Yeah, I just.
But not us, because we keep going.
We never make shit.
Yeah. Smosh the movie 2 coming next year.
That's right.
I love the
Yeah.
cast dinners. It's really special.
I also love I loved our clowning workshop because it was so vulnerable. Oh my
That
god.
changed my life.
Well, we're
Yeah.
having a second one.
Oh great.
Yes!
It's
That was
brutal.
exhausting,
it's
but
exhausting.
necessary.
It's brutal. You're like you get
Yes.
beaten down to nothing, and I was like,
Yes.
oh, I'm a failure in front of everyone here. But we all get to see each other fail in a way where you're supposed to fail until you find the only way you can only fail upward after
You got
hit rock
stripped. You
bottom.
got stripped down, and I feel like the place that you got to, I was like, oh, that's Anthony.
Yep.
Like the
That's
teacher,
like his core.
I think the teacher was able to pick apart each person and hone in on what it was that they
Yes.
lean into
Yeah.
as a
Yes.
default when they're insecure. So immediately you're like, the teacher's like, basically, that's an insecurity, stop doing that, that's an insecurity, stop doing that, let's see it without any of those insecurities. And you're like, what's left? And it's like, oh, that's just the real you.
That's just the real you.
I truly felt like that clowning workshop, it made me realize so many things about myself, like that a lot of try not to laugh bits, I tend to black out, or my ears don't work and I don't hear if people are laughing. So a lot of times I don't know if the bit worked, or I assume it did bad. Maybe. Or I'm just like, I'm so in my head that I'm like, I don't even want to know what people think of this bit. And like the clowning workshop, we were forced to, like, for one of those challenges, stand on the stage and like make deep eye contact with everyone and just try something weird to be funny. And like seeing like you or Ian go up there, it was like peeling away where it's like, hey, you don't have to do all that.
Yeah.
Like it's so,
In fact, you really don't.
All right, I've got another question here. This is for everybody. At Megan Hardy 4207 427.
Whoa.
That's actually awesome.
Okay.
And the question is, will there be another Smosh Summer Games? Eyeballs emoji.
Eyeballs
Is that what you call it?
Eyeballs emoji.
Eyeballs
Like
emoji?
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you just say eyes emoji?
Do people like spelling the word look with that in the middle? So it's L-I-K.
Oh
and
my
it's like,
God.
Look.
That feels
my God,
so
that's
old
crazy.
school.
So
I love it.
So millennial.
Look, we're here.
That's very quirky, Anthony.
Am I avoiding the answer? I don't know. Am I?
I think that would be really fun if we were going to do that.
We did it big last year. Summer Games was huge.
that was last year.
Yeah, summer.
I was a pregnant hot dog.
I was a
You were a
pregnant hot
pregnant
dog. I feel like it would be crazy if we didn't do at least some version.
Yeah.
We gotta do something,
It was
right?
so cool. I feel like it showed us the power of like all the channels
Yes.
connected and working together.
That was
the
so
goal.
fun.
That's the goal now.
That would be so.
That's the goal now.
fun.
That's what we are
We could all
expected
just
to
swim
do.
in the pool, and that's
we had
Summer
never,
Games.
I never thought about it. I never thought about doing one this year. So that's just something to think
Oh
about.
my God, never thought about it.
Oh my God, we should,
Interesting.
well, maybe you should think about it.
Yeah.
Okay, this next question we must answer rapidly. This is from Franz Gwentau 3087. I tried my best. Knowing that fans discuss their favorite vocal stems, do you have your own favorite stems that you use even outside of work?
Gay birds, bro.
What?
What's that one?
Gay birds, bro. Yeah, Trevor says it after.
Gay birds, bro.
Wow.
Angela
so
says,
funny.
they're gay.
They're gay?
They're
And that exact cadence in that exact way.
Yeah.
And then Trevor says, gay,
Gay
birds, bro. I love that
Oh my
shit.
God. There's an account called Sparkle Smosh that has started to make compilations.
Yes.
And they call it stims. It really is like, I think that's just like the trendy term for it right now,
it's
which
actually
is so
close.
funny, but it's our inside jokes with each other. I truly say amazing, amazing constantly. When they finally made the Amazing Amazing compilation, I was like, oh, that's 99%.
I did not even notice you did that.
She does say it all the time.
You
and
are
it's great.
amazing.
Amazing.
You're amazing.
You are
Do you
amazing.
say it less
Amazing.
now because of that? Or do
No.
you think you just don't give
No.
up?
No.
Don't never give up.
No.
Trust your instincts.
But lately my stim, it's a not on camera thing, but we were warming up for improv, like an improv workshop, and you guys were like jamming out, like pretending to make music. And Angela just goes, oh. And I am just doing that. I'm at home cooking, doing that. When I see her, I go,
I've noticed you point at her and saying that lately. I've noticed that.
You guys were like jamming out, and then somebody laughed. They're like, "Oh, Angela's a human trumpet." And I was like,
I feel like Vine will never die because it lives through you. Like just
I am
the
a
short
loop.
quotes.
Yes, it does.
Your
just
little Vine
looping
loop.
audios.
I think Sparkles smashed it when I was going, that farasto.
They did?
Doing that?
There's so many.
And if they
vocal
didn't,
stems.
There's so many.
that's fine.
So many.
Wheat grass.
Oh, yeah.
grass.
Beep, beep, gay coming through.
Yes.
You got a lot of good ones.
Wheat or grass.
Poop in
I
the
feel like
ocean if you must.
I can't say,
Yes.
do you believe it? I can't
Without
even
it.
say that without saying it like
But leave
Ripley.
it.
Yeah.
Leave it.
Nah! Our next question is for Courtney at BSkyGirl3598 asks, congrats on 1 year of URL, Courtney. What has been your favorite episode and what have you learned from doing the show?
Oh my gosh, that's
my God.
so nice. Oh, 1 year, so crazy. I think, obviously the episode with Shane was very special, but I think my favorite episode is the Jacksepticeye episode. That was the most fun.
amazing.
I met him that morning, and that was the earliest we had ever had a guest come in. It was like very early, and we're like,
Sorry, I was
hey,
laughing at this
dude.
situation.
Sorry, I squashed a berry. I'm not trying to take away from you.
sorry. I want to hear about
I
Jacksepticeye.
squashed a berry. Continue.
I squashed a berry, okay. And he brought it, and like, not gonna lie, like we're buddies now. Like whenever he's in LA, we go and get dinner. Like he is my friend.
He's
but
great.
like
He's great.
such a great energy, and like hosting a show like that by myself was really hard. And I'm always so grateful when a guest comes in and like brings the energy and like
Yes.
can meet me and like we can just genuinely have fun and like I'm just so grateful for him and everything he did there. And like he's an OG like legend
He's for real
YouTuber
good.
gamer.
Yes.
So that was like I felt so lucky and I was so lucky that it was so fun.
That's incredible.
He's so good.
He's the best.
He's so
He is.
supportive too.
We
He's
were in
a
a Try
gem.
Not to Laugh together, and at many times I went, is that me? Wasn't me?
No, you guys are like he's
Yes.
you with the saturation turned down. Like like
Turned down?
because his hair well, 'cause he's gray.
He's gray.
Gray me.
He's
Gray
zombified.
and gray.
Gay and gray.
He's probably gonna love hearing this right
Sean,
now.
we gotta get on a call. Gay and
gay and
gray.
the gray.
Gay and
So
gray.
much.
Our
your
next
podcast.
question.
Gandalf the gay. Nope.
Have you
nope.
thought about that one? Have you thought about that one?
No,
About that one?
You believe it? You believe it?
All right, our next question is for everybody at Ashley, spelled ASHLEIGH.
Damn.
Girl.
Girl.
Ashley K. Sip asks, which video was the most fun versus the most stressful to shoot?
I know what the most stressful video was. That chart goddamn video on games.
Which one?
Which chart video?
Don't
Chart-
tell me you forget.
Chart?
Don't you dare.
I think last time we did Q&A, I answered that was the hardest video.
Chart.
Yep.
You weren't in that episode.
Chart?
Oh, it was
Charty Party
Okay,
on,
it was
on
Charty
Smosh.
Oh,
Party.
the little thing that jumps? The little...
No.
It was Charty Party. We did it once.
Do you know?
We'll
No.
never do it again.
What is it?
It was.
Oh, I know what you mean, where you have to rate it on the chart, on the graph?
Yeah.
Basically, you get a card that's a graph, and it's like
I remember
from
this video.
thirsty to rabbits,
Yeah.
and it shows a line, and you have to like play a card, and everyone was like, "That's not how graphs work," and it just became so like.
One was freaking about how graphs work, and Tommy and I were in the middle going like, and I kept going to Noah like, hey, you don't have to get so
I feel
mad.
like your brains broke in that
my
episode
God.
because everyone, every single time forgot how graphs work. Every single time you had to re-explain how graphs work.
We learned that day that if there's any math or anything extra in the board game we're playing together, we can no longer be funny.
Yeah, comedy is
We're thinking
removed.
too hard.
And I was like, let me tell you, when I watched the video back, I cried. I laughed so hard. I thought it was one of the funniest videos we've ever done. Do I ever want to do it again? Never again.
That's so funny.
Anyways, anybody else?
But what were your favorite?
Favorite? I don't know if it's going to be out yet. Teletubbies Escape Room?
It'll be out.
It will be out.
It's coming out in the next
Teletubbies
month.
Escape Room, I was sobbing in tears, laughing so
Was that one of the first shoots in the new building?
Yes.
That was the first shoot.
in the new
Everyone
building.
else hadn't moved in yet.
Yeah,
we came in to shoot first.
And
Like
then-
all the office space was just still under renovation, and it was just the
At the end of that
Stage.
day, Tommy and I, we wrote a commercial together for Tinky Winky, and he directed it, and it was so funny.
It was.
And there was no AC.
We were hot.
Hot.
And you were in that
that
whole
suit.
thing.
Oh, that suit got in the trash. That suit burned in the trash. They were like, I think we could give up the suit.
my
I'm like,
God.
yeah,
And
trying to pry it off my
hard
body.
to light it because it was so wet.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are mine.
We've fixed the AC since then.
Yeah, oh, we're good now.
except for today.
we're
It
cold.
was the first day.
I think I'm gonna go way back in time with my struggle videos. There's an honorable mention of every bird ever, where we were in these bird costumes, where like these wing costume pieces. It was one piece that was like wing. And it was like a small tube that ended in a cone that your arms had to go to, and it was made of felt. We were filming in the outside Sacramento heat, and the sleeves were just barely too small. And so that was like the first time I'd felt like claustrophobia. And then I was like told to take a 5, but I wasn't allowed to take the suit off.
Oh
So it
my
was just like, oh, so I'm just in the suit for longer. That's cool. So that's the honorable mention. And I think the number one toughest was some Smosh Summer Games Apocalypse. We did this game where I don't know if it's like a spelling bee or a trivia, but the punishment of the video basically was a bucket of slime would get dumped on you. And we were in the middle of the desert. It was as hot as you think it was. And you're covered in slime that started to dry and sting as it stuck to your hairs on your arm. And then the bees came.
The bees.
The bees?
And
The bees
so
came?
The bees
we were
I thought that was
forced-
bad enough without the bees.
Yeah, and so we're sitting in these seats covered in slime. The video needs to finish, which is like another 45 minutes. So you're getting sticky and stingy, and then the bees are around, and like that was, and then I think the houses that we were using for like crew HQ, the water was not potable.
Oh, boy.
So like the shower situation was tough.
That's when you can't drink it.
So
I love that you said that.
You knew that she did it.
I was like, eat the grape. Eat a grape. Eat a grape.
the
Shut
grape.
up.
and then the most fun, we've had some really, I think, like if I'll stay back in time for a little bit for like those old ones. If you've ever seen the Smosh Summer Games Wild West trailer, that one was
remember seeing that.
really cool. We're all dressed cowboyed out. There was choreographed like fighting and stuff. It looks really cool. So you can
Didn't
check that
Damien
one
jump
out.
off the second story
He
of
jumped
something?
off a roof. He went like this.
Even though he didn't need to, because
We didn't need to do any of the things we did.
The angles like prevented you from even knowing the height, so he did it for no
He's
reason.
like, I'll do it.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Yeah, me and Mari had some crazy choreography that like it wasn't even the featured choreography, but you in the background see us going like, yeah, hoo, ha,
That
hoo,
is the
ha.
craziest trailer that's
It's
ever
so
been
good.
developed.
Such a good trailer.
It was very
Yeah.
inspiring to say the least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man,
I'll go
bees.
way back for my least favorite as
Let's
well.
go,
And
let's
it was the Ubisoft, is it Ubisoft? Sponsored video. Whatever.
I feel like Ubisoft is the worst thing to come out of my mouth.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
Ubisoft.
It's like Ubi, that cartoon.
Ubisoft sounds like a
Ubisoft
delicious
sounds good.
croissant.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
I'm like, Ubisoft.
So it was the Ubisoft sponsored.
Ubisoft?
it was Assassin's Creed 4 video where I had to play Blackbeard and I had to be on the at the ocean and it was super windy and I had it glued down to my neck, this thing, and it was just so much, what's it called, spirit gum? Acetone?
Yeah,
Spirit
yeah,
gum.
one of those.
Spirit gum all the way down my neck and it constantly needs to be reapplied every 3 minutes.
Oh.
And it was just sticky and the wind was blowing it off and I was like, it was the most like, if you've ever heard stories about Jim Carrey playing the Grinch.
I was just thinking
Jim
that.
Carrey playing
He
the Grinch.
actually-
I was like, that reminded me of that one.
He had training. He had like some weird.
He said he had to learn how to pinch his leg and cause pain to be elsewhere, so he stopped thinking about the pain and discomfort on the rest of his body. And I was like, I can relate.
And meanwhile, it's like Ian, a pirate's life of man.
yeah.
Playing.
You're like
so
twisting a knife into your
yeah, I still have permanent damage.
Yeah. Okay, and most
Yeah.
fun?
Most fun.
Yeah, and most fun now.
Most fun.
Oh no, he has not had a good time.
Maybe one day he'll have a good.
Yeah, he'll have a good time.
This video, guys.
Hey!
This video.
Cheers to that.
This video.
Cheers to that.
No, I think all the I think it was probably some of the try not to laughs where I felt the most stress. I felt so much anxiety going into those, but by the time I was done, I was like, I had so much fun. Why was I not present? It was so hard for me to be present in the moment because I had so much anxiety.
But watching it back, you
But
felt...
I was having the best time, but I was too
Yes.
anxious to notice.
Yes.
Me with everything in my life. I look back, I'm like, that's incredible.
Yeah.
Why was I like,
Yeah.
the whole fucking
I
time?
think if you kept doing it,
Yeah,
then you would
exactly.
be like,
a little more
oh,
present.
yeah.
Yeah, just the group like camaraderie and the support
Yes.
that everyone shows in those types of videos.
Yeah.
I think that's what makes me be like, oh, this is so fun.
I think
What the F are yours?
With the F?
Hey, what the F are yours?
The F, and I'm not going to squish a berry during your answer.
you're allowed, and I'm sorry. I'm not going to squish a very dirty.
The sound it
won't.
made was like what I imagine a
I didn't
bumblebee
even
would
hear it.
make if you were to smash it.
I didn't actually hear it either.
I didn't
Oh,
hear
I heard
No,
it.
it was juicy plush crunch. Plush crunch. Getting to direct the Senator Doctor sketch at the beginning of
God.
last year,
Yep.
which at this point I think is a year and a half old, which is crazy.
That is crazy.
Good.
It was just so, because like Ted Nivison was there and he was like, I love this script. And I was like, thanks, bud. Also, I didn't know you were pregnant at the time.
Nobody knew.
Oh yeah.
And I had written your character to eat a
Wendy's.
chicken sandwich, and because of, how...
Normally my favorite thing ever.
But because of how production goes and timing and getting everything together, it was cold and soggy and old. So by the time I was like, okay, Amanda, keep eating that sandwich, you're like, F me.
Were you nauseous at that point?
100%.
I was
Yeah.
so sick.
100%.
I was just like, you're not you. You are this guy.
Yeah.
You are not you. You're
Yeah.
this old guy, and you like boobs, and you're not you. Don't. You're not who you are.
And he likes
That was the
cold
only.
sandwiches.
That was the only way for me to do it. And also, I was like, I love this so much, and I wanted to make you really proud. And I was like,
appreciate
I'm just gonna eat it.
It was
and
perfect.
that's okay.
It was perfect. I literally watched that and I was like, this is the best sketch I've ever written, I think.
It's so good.
It's just so
so
snappy
clean.
and fun and clean.
Did you write the Dippin' Dots one too, though?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, that one's
Yeah.
so good. That one's so good.
Thank you, Anthony. Sometimes I'm good.
So good.
The most stressful to shoot, I don't know if I have one off the top of my mind that's the most stressful. I'm like, I can remember days where I'm like so tired
Yeah.
and so okay, let me actually ask you guys as funny people, comedian people. Is there not seasons where you're not funny? Are there not
Oh,
just
for sure.
like
Oh my God.
Many.
a month or 6 weeks or
Yeah.
maybe just a week or two where you're like,
Many.
I am not locked in with what is funny. Any timing you are just completely like, oh,
And then the insecurity
Yeah.
mounts.
it mounts.
And you
it mounts.
get further
you get
and
worse
further
and
away.
worse.
Yeah.
You know why I feel like you're in that season? You're doing way too much.
Yeah.
You're
Thinking too much.
You're doing you're
Yeah.
expending.
You're all the
like,
way up here.
Yes,
Yeah.
all your cup is empty.
Yeah.
Or someone gave you a note that really didn't align with your comedy, and
Or you
it's
saw a
sitting
comment.
there.
Or you saw a comment.
And it's just sitting there and kind of like poisoning the well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
Yeah.
that
Many
is
times.
Real.
Many
I've had like a
times.
full year where I'm like,
We got to talk about that sometime.
I gotta quit.
We got to talk about that.
Yeah.
Because there's times I go to work and I'm like, well, I'm not funny today.
Yeah.
We'll see
Yeah.
what happens.
Yeah.
No, the other day, Olivia was like, I'm not funny today. I'm not feeling funny today. We have to try not to laugh. And I was like, 50% of the time, I come here and I
she
don't
did
feel
great.
funny. She did
Of
great.
course she did.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone here's like foundationally funny.
But it's like sometimes it's like we come here and sometimes
Yeah.
we don't feel funny, but the beauty is we have each other.
Yeah.
And we
That's-
can lean on
and
each
we
other.
help each other out. As we always say, got your back. Every
Got
time.
your back,
every
got
time.
your
back.
sack,
Got your sack.
rack,
Got your sack.
Got your sack.
got your rack, got your sack,
Saw
got
your
your back,
crack.
got your crack,
Got
saw
your
your
crack.
crack,
Saw your
Don't-
crack and I
got
got
your crack.
Guys, we're on our last question.
Oh my God,
No, wait,
Oh,
wait, that was
already?
our last drink?
Yeah.
I think we need a third
What, we
drink.
only got 2?
Yeah, it's usually 2.
Okay, but 2 is the perfect amount.
It is. Our last question
Nice.
is, may I say, cutie tootie? It's may I say, princess cutie love love. It's
what is
it's
happening?
ooh tiny tear for everyone.
Sorry, what?
Oh my God! Our final question is from at Giovanni Contreras, and they ask, what would your childhood self say about what you do now as a career? This is a drag race ass question.
Yes.
gonna
It's like
make me cry.
RuPaul's holding a picture of you as 6 years old.
Anthony, what would you say to yourself now?
It's cheesy, but I would say I'm so fucking proud of you. I knew you could do it. Yeah, so I started off as a web designer when I was in high school still. I've been having these like flashback memories of like, oh shit, when I was younger, I had these, I guess I could just call them dreams. You know, I had these dreams of like having this really cool building with like some logo on the front for a place where I was managing a bunch of people and designing the place. And it's so weird how it kind of,
Did you not just do that?
that is what I just did, and that's why why
Sorry,
it's
did
really,
you not just
That's
do
why
that?
it is.
that's why it's really weird to me, because by the time Smosh started taking off, I was like, oh, that weird thing that was in my head, like that's never gonna happen, because we're doing comedy, we're doing YouTube, this all is like shot from our home, this is just Ian and I, and
Yeah.
now I was like, what the hell? It just feels so strange. It's surreal to be like this weird dream that I had for myself. Because like I started going to college for business management is what I started taking all the classes that would lead toward me managing a business. And then all of a sudden I was like, I abandoned it all and I started taking classes that were relevant to acting and improv and film and editing and script writing. And I was like, oh, that's complete career shift. That's an entirely different
Yeah.
thing. This thing that I was doing, I thought was for me. This is not it.
Or so you thought.
And it's so weird to look back now and be like, especially moving into this place where it feels like we're actually kind of making it our own.
Yeah.
Like we're here in this soundstage, like walking through the corridor.
Your
it feels
vision
like
is
Yeah.
physical.
it's so weird for it to feel like this thing that I had in my head is now a physical 3-dimensional reality that I'm
Yeah.
in. It's so weird. Anyway, I'd say I'm proud.
Wow.
Yay.
I love that.
It's also
Very
like
fun.
new
Good answer.
as of like a few months ago too. Like
Yeah.
it's just right
Yeah.
now is
Yes.
it all really here.
I love checking in with everyone, like walking down the hallways being like, what's working for you? What's not working for you? How do you want this place to feel better? What makes you want to be here? I don't want to tell you to be here. I want you to want to be
Yes.
here. And it's very cool to feel like that's what I get to do now. I'm like, I want everyone to feel like, oh, we get to contribute and we all get to have this place feel like it's something that we love and that represents us.
Yeah, no, it's funny you say that because like the last few days, like we got our desks and like I've been really locked in on getting my desk situated and decorated and stuff. And like the last few days, I do like feel sad leaving.
Oh, that's awesome. That's, I
like-
mean, like that's great
like,
because it means
even-
you want to be here.
Yeah, like even with the highs and lows of a work day, I'm like, I'm sad I'm leaving the office. Like it's a great place. And like just hearing what you're saying, like Smosh has really made me believe in magic in a really weird way because of like the insane things that we capture on camera. You know, like just, I've talked about this a few times where it's just like the most insane thing happens in a room and the cameras all happen to be there. And like now the world gets to experience this thing that was like lightning in a bottle. Like it is magic what we do. I think younger me, it is crazy. I'm doing exactly what I wanted to do as a kid. Like this is exactly what I wanted to do. It's been 11 years now. And like I think for a long time I was so in it and so stressed out and like just working that I forgot. But like it's been coming back this year of like this is my dream and I'm doing it every day with like the coolest people ever. If you believe something for yourself, if you imagine a future for yourself, it exists even more than you think it does. So stick with it. Don't give up. Because that's what this is for me. I love you guys. I love this place.
That's very sweet.
I love this place.
I mean, I relate to so much of that. I think my younger self would be like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Like, you did that. I watch like home videos and I am always trying to make people laugh. But like, not in like a silly way. I'm always doing like impressions of my mom or like, Mom, this is so you. Or like my sisters or whatever. Or I'll just be like, and I think what it is mainly for me is that in college I was really upset because I was so scared. I was like, I can't focus on theater, even though I did it since I was little. And then I left college and I went into a job that I didn't want, and I had these like really bad feelings. And it was like I simply was not following my path, my destiny, and I didn't listen to what anyone said and did what was here. And so I feel like I'm just like very proud of myself. That's incredible. Yeah, but she would be like,
She'd be stoned.
like, wait, you did it.
do that?
I didn't know that you could. This was a thing, but you did it.
Yeah.
Mexican salsa, yes.
Yes. This is such a sweet, wonderful question.
Yeah.
When I was in college and I was a theater major and then I quit because everyone sucked.
Everyone but you.
I did too. And I started doing comedy and I was like, this is all I give a shit about, like, at all. And my friend, thank you for being emotional because I don't get emotional unless the box is open. And I opened it a little bit.
Open.
My friend who had lived in LA and come back and like taught us UCB and like how to improvise. And I was like, oh my God, I've never felt more like me. Like I've never felt more like my being, my essence. And we all just moved out here. I had never been to LA and I packed all my shit in my car and I drove across the country out here going, well, I hope I figure it out. And to like look back and be like, oh, I figured it out.
Yeah.
Like I actually, and this is maybe something for y'all. I'm someone who, I'm so hard on myself. I actually realized the other day that I love Abby Lee Miller because I Abby Lee Miller myself all the time. Like in my therapy, I was like, oh my God, the reason I relate to her is because I'm going to myself in the mirror all the time like, you could have done better. What the is wrong with you all the time? And I'm so mean to myself because, well, I could have done better. But Abby Lee Miller is wrong. And to be here now and be like, life is life and it's complicated and there's stuff and there's shit and there's, you know, all this stuff. But at the end of the day, I did what I wanted to do and I continue to do what I want to do. And on top of it, I get to do it with these incredible people that I can be friends with and I love so much. It just means the world to me. And like, I think young me would just be like, well, thank God. Because I'm about to move across the country. So thank God we figured it out. So, yeah.
Yay.
You don't have to be hard on yourself for the things to work out.
Exactly.
But when it becomes a pattern, you think that the reason it worked out is because
of
I was
that.
hard on myself.
And that's not true.
And it's the opposite.
You don't
It's
have
the
to be hard
opposite.
on yourself. In fact, being hard on yourself sometimes prevents you from getting there or slows it down.
Slows it down.
Completely limits.
100%.
Yep,
100%.
you have to just trust that your body is guiding you to the place that you need to go.
100%.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anyways,
A lesson I'm still learning.
cheers.
No, you can. It's bad luck to cheers an empty glass.
Oh, mine still has a sip.
Oh, there's dribble.
I have dribble. Do you have dribble?
I guess so.
It's not empty.
I guess so.
I guess so.
Well, guys, thanks for doing this. This was very sweet.
Thanks for the cocktails.
Thanks for the
Thank you.
Thanks for the love.
I love you all.
guys.
Love you too.
Love you guys.
Love you.
And thank you guys for all the questions. That was really sweet.
so
Also,
good.
if you want to keep asking us really sweet little cutie endings so that we can all cry a little, I love it.
Hey.
Smosh turned 21 this year.
Oh my God.
Cheers to that.
We will see you next time. Love you guys so much. Thank you again for this. You guys mean everything to us. And
Yes.
we'll see you tomorrow on another video.
Yeah.
Yes.
Bye.
Love you.